6 million years ago, your ancestor was not smart. It didn't use tools. It didn't plan. Its brain was barely bigger than a chimpanzee's, but it did one thing that no animal on Earth had ever done before. It stood up. And that one decision, made for reasons scientists are still arguing about, is the reason you're not swinging through a tree right now. Subscribe to join the hunt for the origins of us. Here's the assumption almost everyone gets wrong. Most people think humans got smart first and then stood up, like intelligence came first and walking upright was just a bonus. The fossils say the opposite. Walking on two legs came millions of years before big brains. Our ancestors were bipedal for over 3 million years, while still carrying a brain roughly the size of a chimpanzee's. Which raises an uncomfortable question. If it wasn't intelligence, what actually made us stand up? The trail starts with a skull found in the desert of Chad in 2001. Scientists named it Sahelanthropus chadensis, nearly 7 million years old, making it one of the earliest known members of the human line. Here's the strange part. It had a brain smaller than a modern chimp's. Ape-like teeth, a face that looked almost nothing like ours. But the hole where the spinal cord connects to the skull, the foramen magnum, was positioned underneath the head, not behind it. That single detail matters more than it sounds. In animals that walk on all fours, that hole faces backward because the head hangs out in front of the spine. In Sahelanthropus, it faced down, meaning the head sat on top of an upright spine. Translation: something that barely looked human may have already been standing up. So if you're picturing our ancestors as knuckle-dragging apes slowly hunching upright over millions of years, like that famous poster on your biology teacher's wall, forget it. That poster is wrong. And what actually happened is stranger. For decades, the leading theory was simple. The forests of East Africa dried out, grassland spread, and our ancestors stood up to see over tall grass and spot predators. It's a clean story. It's in half the textbooks. It's also probably wrong. Because Ardipithecus ramidus, a 4.4 million-year-old hominin discovered in Ethiopia, nicknamed Ardi, lived in a wooded environment, not open grassland. Forest, not savanna. And Ardi already shows signs of upright walking. That knocks out the see over the grass theory almost entirely. So scientists went looking for a different suspect. Not survival on the ground, survival up in the trees. Here's a theory that rarely makes it into the textbook version of this story. Some researchers argue upright walking may have started in the trees as a way to reach fruit on thin branches while keeping balance, using two legs while holding onto branches overhead with the arms. Orangutans do something similar today. They walk upright along branches, gripping overhead limbs for support, to reach fruit too far out for four-legged movement. If that's how it started, upright walking wasn't originally about the ground at all. It was a tree-climbing strategy. One that just happened to also work on flat land, once forests started thinning out. Which means the very first steps toward becoming human may not have happened on a wide-open plain under a dramatic sunset, like every documentary reenactment shows you. They may have happened 40 feet up, in a tree, reaching for fruit. Once walking on two legs stuck around, whatever the original reason, it triggered something nobody planned for. Freed up hands. Hands that no longer needed to support body weight while walking could now carry food, carry infants, and eventually carry tools. And this is the pivot that matters. Tool use did not create upright walking. It was the other way around. Bipedalism came first, by millions of years, and simply made tool use possible once brains eventually caught up. Which means the traditional order everyone assumes, smart brain, then tools, then walking, has it almost completely backwards. Standing up came first. Everything else we built on top of it. We tend to think our big brains built our world, but the evidence is clear. We didn't get smart to walk. We walked so we could eventually get smart. It was a gamble that took millions of years to pay off. And the very first payoff? It's not fire or language. It's a rock. Simple, sharp, and world-changing. In the next episode, we explore the mystery of the first human tool and how it changed the evolutionary game forever.